Hello, people. It's your boy Osman back again with another Brothers United podcast. As you can see, I'm joined by Waz. How you doing?
I'm fine, thanks.
Good to
Thank
see
you.
you. Good to see you in the Manchester United kit as always. Today's show is the same as always. We're talking all things Manchester United, a few topical conversations also. First and foremost, just want to start with the news that we got yesterday. That was, of course, the Premier League have announced that the teams are allowed to play friendlies, um, as long as they're within 90 minutes of their stadium. I'm not really sure why they've got a parameter of 90 minutes, given the fact that in 2 weeks' time you're going to be traveling up and down the country. So I just don't understand what the purpose of that is. But what are your thoughts on that first and foremost?
Yeah, obviously it's a good thing because you can build match fitness as well, game fitness. So I mean, playing friendlies is always a good thing, especially now because then you can assess how fit people are and up to speed and stuff. Obviously, there's been a few injuries with Pogba and Rashford, so them coming back will be good for them and the rest of them. Maybe Bruno and Pogba as well to play together, or you can try different combinations and stuff. So it's a good thing, yeah.
All right. To be fair, I can see what you're saying regarding the fitness. Obviously, that's something that a lot of people have been saying. We don't really know what situation or what circumstance the players are going to be when they come back in terms of the fitness, because we've seen with the German league, each game gradually you can see that the tempo is increasing, the intensity is increasing, obviously compared to the first game, where some of the lower teams in particular were struggling to keep up with the likes of Bayern, obviously the Borussia Dortmunds, RB Leipzig, etc. That'll be something that's definitely beneficial to the players. But coming back to the 90-minute thing, from what I'm aware of, you can only play teams in obviously that radius. That's an hour, 30 minutes, obviously. Who would you like Man United to play? Obviously, bearing that in mind.
Yeah, I was saying to you yesterday about they can't play obviously the teams that they're gonna play in that remaining fixtures, so that rules them out.
We
I was
have we
thinking that
haven't got we haven't got any of the teams next to us though. We haven't. I've checked our fixtures. We haven't got Everton to play. We've played them twice already. We've played Man City obviously 4 times.
Spurs,
We played
Spurs and
Liverpool.
Leicester, Spurs, Leicester, Sheffield United are the ones that are left.
Yeah, they're the only hard games we've got on paper left. The other teams that in and around
Yeah,
us, we haven't. They don't even live next to us,
I'll
anyways. Really.
probably personally play some of the championship teams, some of the better championship teams actually. So
Leeds
yeah,
United.
if they want to.
I'm sure. The championship teams. If I'm not mistaken, I believe the championship's coming back on the 20th of June as well. So I think that's the same weekend that we're back. So obviously they're going to be wanting to increase match fitness as well. So like I said, playing the championship teams it gives us the opportunity to obviously get that fitness up first and foremost. But at the same time, we're not playing against our nearest competitors, so potentially helping them as well. So that's something we need to think about.
Yeah,
We
yeah,
don't really want to be helping them get the fitness up. Obviously, the likes of Liverpool, they're gonna have loads of offers of people wanting to play them for fitness, etc. So I don't think it'll be an issue for them anyways to get a game. But I understand what you're saying in terms of not playing our competitors. But for me personally, I agree with the championship thing. Obviously, Leeds United stands out to me automatically. Obviously, because Leeds isn't far from Manchester. I'm not sure if it's within that time frame. I would assume it is. There's other teams around there, like Burnley, teams like that, we're quite close. But obviously, teams down south, i.e. the teams in London, like Arsenal, for example, or they've got a choice of about
yeah,
like 15, 20 teams, realistically. We've only got a
yeah.
few teams that we could potentially play that might actually help us. So if I was to say you can only choose 3 teams to play, who would you pick?
Oof. I don't know. Around Manchester.
Yeah, yeah.
Oof. I have no idea. My mind's gone blank.
All right.
Obviously, Man City will players, isn't it? Why would they want to strengthen us? I don't get that. Maybe teams in the Midlands. I don't know. Maybe like Birmingham City or stuff like that.
Yeah,
Stoke.
you're saying Birmingham City.
Uh,
Okay, fair enough.
oh,
Yeah, but that's not going to help us though. Why would we play Birmingham City? This friendly is meant to increase our match fitness. If we're playing a team that is proper shit, it's just pointless, isn't
hmm.
it? You got to play a team that's going to at least challenge you.
Well, then it'll have to be Premier League, then, isn't it? Obviously. So I just can't think of it
I'd go
now.
Leeds United. Obviously, while you're thinking, I'd go Leeds United definitely. I don't see why we wouldn't go them because obviously they're gonna want fitness as well. I'd go
Why,
Everton.
Newcastle or something like
Newcastle isn't close to Manchester.
that. Oh, yeah.
This
Like
guy.
that.
Uh, I'm gonna go Leeds. I'm gonna go Leeds Everton. Because obviously
Oh, yeah.
Everton's quite close, and they're not our competitors. And I probably would try and get a game against Man City. Whether that will happen or not is a different story. Obviously, we're not competing with them for anything. Um,
Try Newcastle if you like.
yeah, you try
Me,
Newcastle about
middle somewhere.
3.5 hours away. But yeah, so that's obviously from the friendlies you can learn so much. Like you said, regarding the fitness, different combination, that kind of thing. We've spoken briefly about our combinations, what we would do in the midfield three. But what are you thinking for the front three? Because obviously Martial and Rashford, I feel like pick themselves. But what are you thinking on the right? Because I'm hearing a lot of people say Matt, for
James,
experience, Greenwood
I
or
was thinking
James.
I was thinking Dan James. Yeah, but
Right.
also with
Okay.
Dan James, you can bring him on. You can bring him on later as well, and because obviously teams will be tired, and obviously with the fitness, then you can use that to your advantage. Or you can just smash him in the start and then just, I don't know. But you got 5 subs in it, so I mean,
I'd go.
it's a bit interesting as well.
I'd go Greenwood to be honest. Against Spurs, obviously it
Greenwood's looking
depends.
sharp. He's looking sharp in training.
He's from what I've seen, Greenwood looks unbelievably good so far in training. Obviously Martial looks good as well. But that's what I'd expect from Martial. Not to say I don't expect much from Greenwood, but because he's quite young, sometimes you might be complacent in terms of how he would look after himself. But it's good to see he's quite professional in terms of the way he's come back. He's looking sharp. He's looking fantastic to be honest, and he's looking more like Van Persie each and every day. He really is impressing me. A lot of people were saying that we should sign Timo Werner, but for me personally, I think we need to stick with Greenwood. I think obviously people will say, "Oh, he's not going to win the title or whatever," but this kid's going to be the next big thing, man. He's got quality on both feet as well, which is very rare in this day and age. Realistically speaking, to that ability. Yeah. So for me personally, I'll put Greenwood on the right. Obviously, we know the midfield three. I think mine might have changed here and there, but yeah, I'd put Greenwood on the right, and I'll sub Dan James on, like you said, obviously tired legs. So for me personally, Leeds, Everton, and I'll try and get Man City if possible. If not, I don't know, another champ. Maybe Burnley. I'm assuming that's quite close as well. Obviously, that would be a decent test for us.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that I'm assuming that's within 90 minutes. It's not that far from Manchester. Yeah, so I'd go for them three teams, potentially Burnley. Obviously, it's only 2 weeks, so we're not going to get that many friendlies in anyway. I think the Everton one would be a good one for us because they gave us a good game, didn't they? They actually should have beaten us 2-1 when they scored in the last minute and they got disallowed. So I think Everton would be a decent one because, obviously they're not really vying for anything against us. But yeah, let's move on from that. Obviously, Saul NIGUEZ has spoken a lot in the last couple of days. I think he put, it might have been 2 days ago, so if I'm not mistaken, he should be making an announcement tomorrow for his new club. Yeah, a lot of people are automatically linking to Manchester United and Barcelona. I suppose Barcelona probably do need him. I believe his release clause is about 150 million or something ridiculous like that. What are your thoughts on Saul NIGUEZ's announcement?
Yeah, I mean, a lot of YouTubers I've been watching a few things, and some of them are saying like, it's definitely not transfer. It's not even in no transfer window. Release clause is too high. Why would he just suddenly leave?
Right,
It
he
doesn't
sounded
make
really, he
sense.
sounded really a
I
big
think
contract as well. So
he's announcing something to do with like FIFA or some sort of esports kind of thing. That's what I've heard, and I think I agree with that. It's not. He's not moving. That's just daft, isn't it?
well, he
If
might
he
be
believes
signing,
that
he might be
anything.
signing a new contract with Athletic Madrid. He might have just done a Griezmann. Innit? Griezmann did the exact same thing, made that announcement, and then was like, "Oh yeah, I'm staying." Like it's a bit embarrassing. But yeah, like you said, a lot of YouTubers are saying it's the esports thing. I think that probably does
Yeah.
make sense because technically it is a new
Yeah.
team, and it obviously builds up publicity and all that nonsense. To be fair, it's good marketing. Can't knock it. But at the same time, I personally wouldn't want. I personally think he's a quality player, but I really want us to keep Pogba
Where
now.
does he fit in? Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah.
he's a
Yeah, yeah.
Pogba
We
replacement,
don't
isn't
need
he?
him. I mean,
Well, if Pogba goes, then
yeah,
yeah,
he's
we
not
do
one
need him.
person.
But if we
Yeah.
sell Pogba, then I would obviously go for him because he's basically world class, isn't it? Really sound like as quality midfielder. To be fair, obviously I know this wouldn't happen, but if we did sell Pogba, I would want Isco or Thiago Alcantara. I don't think we'd get any of them For me personally, if you were to get rid of Pogba to Real Madrid, hypothetically speaking, I'd take Isco off them, and obviously a couple other players. They've got a few obviously decent youngsters in it, but yeah, for me, Isco, oh, man, that guy, I just love him. But anyways, obviously that's the Saul NIGUEZ stuff. Let us know what you guys think about Saul NIGUEZ and of course the friendlies. I just wanted to finish off on the last thing, which was of course the racism stuff. Obviously, like I said in the last video, I don't want to be too political, but I just wanted to talk about the Liverpool stuff and the Chelsea stuff. So for those of you that don't know, Liverpool posted something on social media about 3 days ago, probably, basically taking a knee. So for those of you that don't know what that is, taking a knee is basically a movement to respect Black Lives Matter. So obviously it was done with the Black Power salute in the 70s, which was iconic then. So basically they're doing something to respect Black Lives Matter, which I'm all for. But for me personally, I just found it a bit not crazy, but ironic that Liverpool and Chelsea both did this. I believe they're the only two Premier teams to do it so far. Again, nothing wrong with this isn't an attack on the players. The players who are partaking in that, they've got nothing to do with what I'm about to say. This is about the establishment. So, i.e., Liverpool club as a club, not the players involved, but the club itself, are an absolute fucking disgrace. Because when Suarez was racist to Patrice Evra, they all sort of backed Suarez, obviously, because he's their player. But then afterwards, when he was found guilty of it, they just continued to stick by him. They didn't issue an apology to Evra. They still to this day haven't issued an apology. And then on top of that, they just completely allowed Suarez to play, freely. They didn't terminate his contract. Obviously, it's easy for them to take a knee now because it doesn't affect them. It doesn't affect their sponsorships. It doesn't affect their team in any way, shape, or form. If anything, they're just using this as an opportunity to boost the bloody sort of profile of the club. Because at the end of the day, everyone's seen that. I'm just seeing on social media, oh, look at Liverpool, they're such a great club for doing this, so respectful and all this bullshit. But when they actually were in a situation that they had to tackle racism, they fucking bottled it. Now they're not in a situation to tackle racism. This is just a free hit for them. They don't have to do this. There's no ramifications if they don't do it. It's just a free hit. So this is only a publicity stunt for me personally. And this isn't me saying it as a Man United fan. I feel the same about Chelsea as well. Chelsea, obviously, John Terry, notoriously racist to Anton Ferdinand. Again, no apology. Nothing issued from the club regarding, his comments and saying, oh, he shouldn't have said this. They just completely brushed it under the carpet. Exactly the same with Liverpool. They never came out once and said, oh, Suarez is in the wrong. They just completely ignored it. So what were your thoughts on, obviously, this, basically seeing all this shit from basically Liverpool and Chelsea in particular, like both teams that are known for being racist, basically?
Yeah, I agree with you. I mean, I saw it and I thought it's pretty cringe anyway watching that. But then I realized, when a few people mentioned it and I thought about it and I thought, oh my God, yeah, they never apologized to Evra or even John Terry when he was So So I don't believe this is definitely a publicity stunt, and just to make people forget about that. And if they're not actually apologize to the victim of the actual, hate or racism, then what's the point? You're just hypocrites. I mean, it's hype. It's hype. I mean, it's good. Like the players have done it, and they've probably done it out of
this isn't
respect.
Nothing to do with the. There's nothing to do with the players.
Done it.
Yeah, it's nothing to do with the players. It's nothing to do with Salah and Robertson. And it's nothing to do with them guys because they got nothing to do with what happened with Suarez. They weren't here. I'm on about the club. So how can the club now come out and pretend to show themselves in the light that they're tackling racism when they weren't when it actually happened? So when it mattered and it would have affected them in a negative way, i.e. get rid of Suarez, terminate his contract, and actually giving him proper punishment, they didn't tackle racism then. But now apparently we're going to tackle racism and take a knee and respect. It's easy to do it now because it doesn't affect you as a club. And it's the same for Chelsea. They didn't want to come out against John Terry. He's their captain. He's their main player. They could have turned to piss off. But no, they stood by him because that's what these clubs do. That's the thing with racism at the moment. These people don't only care about tackling racism if it doesn't affect their brand, if it doesn't affect them in their pocket, for example. So if Liverpool were to come out and take the knee and they knew that they were going to lose, I don't know, like 10 million worth of sales or whatever it be in sponsorship, they wouldn't have done it. I can guarantee they wouldn't have done it because that's just how these clubs are run. It's an absolute joke. It's a clear publicity stunt. And to be quite honest with you, I just think it's fucking embarrassing. Suarez also posted on his social media, "Oh, Black Lives Matter." Again, I'm not trying to say that people can't change. Of course, people can change. But how can you not accept what you've done in the past and then try to move forward from it? Because at the end of the day, if he came out and apologized to Evra, then I'd accept the fact that he's trying to change. But he still hadn't apologized to him. So I find it absolutely disgusting. But anyways, just wanted to finish on that because I just think a lot of people are just lapping this up, especially Sky Sport. I've seen it everywhere, like on Chelsea and Liverpool. Look, Liverpool did it first, which is fair enough, not knocking them. And then Chelsea do it. It's like nobody else has done it. Arsenal haven't done it. Spurs haven't done it. Whatever it may be. Obviously, Chelsea thought, "Oh, look at all the good attention Liverpool are getting. Let's us jump on the bandwagon. We need to get rid of that bloody flipping message as well." But it is what it is, isn't it? But anyways, to end on a positive note, we won Call of Duty Warzone last night, so that's always a positive. We got the dub. Oh God, not sure what happened in the last game, but it's so good. We got that one win, so that's all that matters. The trios is the way, boss. I'm telling you.
Yeah, it's kind of difficult carrying you all the time as well. So
to be fair, you actually played well last night. I think you got like 7 kills now.
You sound surprised.
No,
you sound so surprised.
You've been playing all right. You've been playing all right last couple of days, to be fair to you. Well, the days I played with you anyways. So I can't knock you in it, obviously. Me and you and Ibby played well last night. I can't believe that last game, but chala, it is what it is, isn't it? It is what it is. Anyways, that has been your video. Drop a like, subscribe, as always. Let's just try to get to 290 now, innit? Because I think I've lost a subscriber after that last video. Probably because we're talking about, I don't know what we're on. Probably because we're talking about the George Floyd and racism stuff. So if you don't agree with what I've said about racism, then you lot can fucking piss off as well. Unsubscribe. Anyways, obviously drop a like, share, all that good stuff. That aside, it's been your boy Osman, and it's been Was Brothers United podcast. Peace.